The time has finally come. We are making another tier list video. I haven't done one in so long, especially after all the nerfs, buffs, and all the new exotics and all this crazy stuff coming out. So today that finally changes. We are going to get the tier list for this new update. What update are we in? We're in July 11th update. I don't even know what update is. 40 something at this point. All right, guys. And here we are at the tier list, cropped down just for, you know, a better view. And let's get straight into it, guys. The goat of the goats. I'm going to have to say it. It is going to be the sand robot. This thing is OP, full AoE with an ability that does a special nuke as well. If you see my videos on it, you know how good it truly is. Next, you guys probably think the exotic Hydrocairn would be next, but I actually don't think it is. I think the Bunker Boys are going to be next in the S tier just because they're really good for Endless. They don't miss. They're really good for Endless even though they miss, okay? But they're insane for boss battles. The craziest unit in the game for boss battles. Can solo the boss battle in like 2 minutes or less, so it's absolutely crazy at 5-star, of course, which is hard to do. Then next, I would put Hydrocairn because its endless abilities, and yeah, literally its ability makes its endless abilities good, if that makes sense. So yeah, its ability and endless, I should say, makes it good, but it's not that good for boss battles. Neither is a Sandbot because you can't use the abilities in boss battle. But yeah, maybe I should do a separate tier list for boss battles and endless, but for now, we're just going to do a combination. What you guys should be grinding for, trying to trade for, I would do in this order, literally. So that's what we're going to do. Next, I'm throwing in the Granny Tentacles. Why? Because it's the best cheap starter in the game. You do need it for challenges. It makes macros way easier. And game modes where you need to play something right away, yeah, it just makes it way easier, okay? Even though I don't think it's necessary in any game mode, it is a lot easier. And it stood the test of time. The only unit on this list besides one that has stood the test of time. Next, honestly, this might shock you guys, but I'm putting SpongeBob. This thing is so OP and so easy to get. It's super cheap. It's the best boss killer by far in the game besides the bunker. And for being a legendary and this cheap to get, the only thing that kills it is its range, but I'd still use it in endless mode even though it lacks range, and you guys will find out why later on this channel. Next, I'm going to put the Squawk just because it's similar to the SpongeBob with low range, high single target DPS. I'm going to go B tier just comparing it to the SpongeBob because, yeah, it's not really close to the SpongeBob actually, so we'll put it in the B tier for now. The next thing I'm going to do is put in the actual best unit for Endless. However, this is useless in boss battles. It's going to be Dream Gary. So Dream Gary, I would actually probably put ahead of Granny and SpongeBob just because slowing makes every other unit you have on your team that much better. Obviously, if this has more time to attack, it's going to do more damage. So this aids and embeds all 5 of your other units. It's the only unit in this game to do so besides Jellyfish Jam. So the trait. So yeah, Dream Gear is a necessity on any Endless team, and I would use him for sure. It's really good. Next, because I forgot him, you guys are probably like, where's this guy? So we are actually putting him right behind Bunker. The only reason that is because Bunker is better against the boss, I believe. Actually, no, I take it back. This thing is actually, I would put probably as the best in the game. I haven't even used the 5-star yet, and it's still crushed almost 700 waves in Endless. So yeah, I kind of forgot I didn't 5-star it in that test. So assuming it's 5-star, this thing is by far the best in the game, this police detective. Man, it can already kill the boss all by itself in a really good time if you guys saw that on my channel. And that's only at level 50 with 0 stars. And getting it is not that hard. Go play rogue mode. 1 in 2,000 is difficult, but you can macro it. And if you haven't seen the macro tutorial, make sure you check that out on my channel. Next, I'm putting Redbeard in. Redbeard's not that good. I probably wouldn't even use him in my Endless lineup. Okay, I probably wouldn't. Because you do need SpongeBob, you do need Dream Gary, and then it's like the 2 exotic with the abilities, Bunker and PD are better, I think. I mean, Bunker, yeah, no, Bunker is better actually. This has been tested. Again, I've used all these units on my channel, and that's what gives me the authority to speak on them like this. Also, the police, the police guy, he's obviously really good at boss battles and Endless, but the abilities would probably out DPS him, I would think, in Endless mode. Well, they for sure would. So yeah, keep that in mind. You'd rather the exotic abilities than the PD, but the PD is spawned with a huge splash damage, so he's really good. Next, since I'm talking about the PD so much, I'm going to do the King Jelly. King Jelly is actually really bad. He was good when I showcased him, but now he's just kind of useless. Not good for really anything. His boss battle time's not horrible, but just too hard to get 5-star. And that's also where I put Mantis, and I'll tell you why. It's very similar to King Jelly. Mantis is only good up close, okay? It is full AoE, but it does more AoE the closer you are to a unit. And it only does like the 4x damage when you're right beside a unit. So it's good for boss battles, okay? It is pretty good. Not better than any of these units on the list unless it's 5-star. But yeah, at 5-star, it's probably one of the best boss battlers in the game. Just a unit that's impossible to 5-star. No one here is getting it. And next, I'm going to throw up the Nosferatu. The reason Nosferatu is behind the Redbeard is because he misses so much. He misses so much. I'm going to go with the 5-star Redbeard over him. But he is a better boss battler than most of these units. For boss battles, he would probably be up here, but I would also put Bunker ahead of him, if that makes sense. So he would be better than the Sandbot, but the Bunker would also for boss battles purposes. Next is the Rex. Rex, I would honestly use over Nosferatu in Endless, so I'm going to have to put him ahead, and I'd also put him above King Crab. If I had to make an Endless loadout, honestly, this is just off intuition, I'd probably go Muscle Bob, Gary, Rex, just to get more AoE involved, Police, Bunker, and then, okay, maybe I wouldn't use Rex. I would probably go with what I said before. I kind of forgot about the Rex, but the Rex is extremely good and also adds more AoE, but we also have the PD to account for. So a Sandbot and a PD in Endless lineup would probably be good enough. Muscle Bob, obviously, to start and not leak, and then Dream Gary for the slowness. But yeah, I don't know. Rex is a really good unit. It's a pretty good boss killer. Not one of the best, but it's definitely a good boss killer. As fast as a level 50 Mantis, I know that for sure. And yeah, we're going to put him here because he is full AoE. He attacks super duper fast, and he's a great unit that I love and I've used for a long time now. Although he's getting, I think, taken out of the game this Friday. So guys, make sure you get your hands on one. Next, the rest of these units I would never use almost in any scenario besides the Krusty Krab and the Bargain Mart. I feel like these are in their own tier of like, I guess, extras, you know, miscellaneous, whatever you want to say. It's just a money farm, so it's just good for, you know, speeding things up, getting better upgrades when you are struggling on challenges and stuff. There's not any competitive game mode that's actually tough that I'd use these for. For example, challenges or endless. I would never really use these when trying to go far because you'd rather be able to place more units, and money isn't too big of a problem. It's only when you're struggling early on. Next is Spongehead. He's C tier at this point. Like, he is falling way behind these other units. Not very good anymore. Hash is probably above the Henge just by a tiny bit. They're very similar, but yeah, these two fell off a lot. Dungeon I'll probably put at A tier just because it's good, decent DPS and consistent, but this is not something you want to grind for. These 5-star things are very expensive. The good thing about the Hash and the Henge is they're easy to get, and if that's all you can get, they're not bad. I mean, they're not bad. They are still secret. They also, I'm just comparing them to the literal best units in the game that are impossible to get sometimes, including this one for 10,000 Robux, or the PD, which only 200 exist at this point in time. Next is Cyborg. Cyborg had the biggest fall off ever. They kept them around for so long, but now I'm honestly going to have to put them even below the Mantis and Jelly, just because these are better for boss battles, I would say, and Jelly's better for Endless, obviously. But yeah, we have two Cyborgs, so why not throw them up? I messed that up. And then this Worm. Since people still don't know, guys, this thing is the worst in the game. Its slowing sucks. Okay, its damage is obviously better than Gary, but we don't want damage in our slowing unit. We want the best slowness in the game. And yeah, his slowness isn't the best in the game. Dream Gary's is much more effective, and this one actually will override the Dream Gary. Okay, guys, so this is the best overall tier list in the game. I'm actually going to remove everything. We're just going to go like this, clear row images, and I'm going to do that to every single row. And now I'm going to do a best lineup for boss battles. Okay, so since this is easy to 5-star, Muscle Bob's first. Then it's going to be, I think PD. I honestly think PD is better at 5-star than the Bunker for this. But these two are very, very similar when it comes to boss battles. The Bunker misses a lot in Endless, but it doesn't miss in boss battles, which makes that millions of damage it does all hit the boss. The PD has these crazy spawns too, as well as an AoE attack, and he does so much damage. He can kill the tier 5 final boss, what's it called, the lionfish or the sea lion, by himself at level 50, which is absolutely insane. If you guys haven't seen my video on him, make sure you check that out. I got him to level 50 Neptune Crown, and I also showcased a 5-star Bunker as well and a regular Bunker, so make sure you check both those out. The next unit I'd use is definitely the Squawg. I think these four are the necessities, and they are going to be the best boss killers in the entire game. But next is a very difficult choice. I have tested all of these on my channel, but it's going to be Nosferatu. It's going to be Nosferatu. And then last but not least, the Mantis might even be better than the Nosferatu or the Squawg, but it is impossible to 5-star. That's why I put him last. But if you can 5-star all of these units, this would be the best lineup in the game. And even if you can't, the PD, the Bunker, and the Nosferatu are still really, really good options. The Squawk's ahead because it's easy to 5-star. So this is going to be the best boss battle team in the game. And then if I didn't have those, I'd just go like this. I'd use either of these units. All of them are very, very interchangeable. They're all very, very similar and won't affect your time that much. But yeah. Or if you could 5-star the King Jelly, obviously that's hard to do. The Hash is all right. The Henge is all right. But yeah, this is like the order I'd probably do it in. The Sandbot's better than the Hydra. I think the Redbeard might be a bit better too. Yeah, the Redbeard's definitely better than the Sandbot. But yeah, so in this order, I'd probably do something like that. All of these, again, very similar. Won't make much difference. But yeah, just so try to get the top team, guys. And if you can't 5-star it, 5-star it all. Again, the Mantis is still good at level 50. The Squawk is still, or sorry, the Bunker is still good at level 50. The Nosferatu is still good at level 50. Now I'm going to do an endless team. So I like to use Muscle Bob to start. That's going to be my starter. And then I use Dream Gary as my slowness. Obviously, you're not using Worm. Worm sucks in all modes. It just has decent damage. Next, obviously, the Sandbot is literally what I'd place after my starter because it's the best full AoE in the game with the ability. In Hydra Karen, it does like 8 million damage per ability, and you can get 6 of those per boss. That's 50 million damage just off the ability. It's super worth it. Any ability is going to be worth it in the game for endless mode anyway. Obviously, they don't work in boss battles. Next, I'd put the PD in, and then honestly, I'd either do Bunker or Redbeard or Rex. I don't know, one of those. But yeah, I'm thinking honestly Bunker, even though it misses a lot, with the slowness of Dream Gary on 1x, it won't miss as much, and it just does so much damage that I'd probably have to use him. The next runner-up would be Redbeard, though, if you're sick of him missing or want to try something new. But Redbeard's just not better than Bunker, I guarantee that. And then I'd probably consider also a Rex just to add more AoE. But again, the PD is AoE mainly. So it spawns obviously throw people off. You'd think, oh, it's a spawn unit. But actually, the AoE does more damage than the spawns. So keep that in mind. But yeah, all these units are really, really good. At least I think. At least the AoE is good enough to actually be used as an AoE above Rex. So these are the best. I'm actually going to put this in my Discord right now, these two lineups, because I can almost 100% ascertain that these are the best lineups in the game for both those modes. But anyways, guys, I want to keep it short and sweet and simple and to the point, but also give you guys a lot of information about each unit if you don't already know. If you haven't seen these units or you're still confused, check out my channel. I've showcased every single one, maybe even multiple times over. Like the video if you enjoyed and got some insight out of this. Also, I'm going to share the tier list in my Discord, so join the Discord down below. We also have merchant pings, guys, so anything that's in stock will be put in the merchant, at least if it's good, like the random secret units. We show off the codes in the game, all of the updates here, and we have the quickest macro tutorials out as soon as you need them, as well as the best giveaways, which you'll see inside. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like it, as I said, leave a comment, let me know your guys' opinions, subscribe and notifications on so you don't miss a single update or any news coming to the game, and if you want to stay good at the game, you might want to watch my channel. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one.